Have you ever wondered why some people seem to achieve their goals effortlessly while others struggle? Let's take a moment to delve into the world of motivation. It's a force that drives us, a power that propels us forward. It's the engine that fuels our dreams and ambitions. But what exactly is motivation, and why is it so crucial? Think of motivation as the spark that ignites the fire within us. It's a compelling force that pushes us to take action, to strive, to persevere. It's what gets us out of bed in the morning, ready to tackle the day head-on. It's what keeps us going when the going gets tough. It's what drives us to push boundaries and to turn the impossible into the possible. Now let's briefly touch on the two main types of motivation: intrinsic and extrinsic. Intrinsic motivation comes from within. It's driven by personal satisfaction and the joy of doing something for its own sake. It's the purest form of motivation, untainted by external rewards or recognition. On the other hand, extrinsic motivation is driven by external factors. It's the desire to achieve a goal for a tangible reward or to avoid a negative outcome. It's what pushes us to study for an exam to get a good grade, or to work overtime to earn a bonus. While both types of motivation are essential, it's the blend of the two that often leads to the most significant achievements. It's the intrinsic motivation that keeps us passionate and engaged, and the extrinsic motivation that keeps us focused and disciplined. Understanding the power of motivation is like finding a secret weapon. It's a tool that can help us unlock our potential and achieve our goals. It's a force that can turn the ordinary into the extraordinary. So the next time you find yourself procrastinating or feeling uninspired, remember the power of motivation. Harness it, channel it, and let it drive you towards your dreams. Understanding motivation can be the key that unlocks your potential. Now, let's dive into real-life stories that illustrate the power of motivation. First, let's talk about the story of a person who, despite a physical disability, became one of the most celebrated athletes in the world. Meet John. Born without legs, John faced a lifetime of limitations, but he refused to be defined by what he lacked. Instead, he focused on what he had: an indomitable spirit and an unyielding desire to succeed. He trained relentlessly, pushing through pain, sweat, and tears, all fueled by his unwavering motivation. His relentless effort and determination earned him a place in the Paralympics, where he not only competed, but won multiple gold medals. His story is a testament to the power of motivation that can turn the impossible into reality. Now let's turn our attention to a different kind of battlefield, one that doesn't involve physical strength, but requires an equal amount of grit and determination. We're talking about the world of business. Enter Maria, who was born into a family living below the poverty line. She had every reason to succumb to her circumstances, but she chose a different path. Maria was motivated by the dream of a better life, not just for herself, but also for her family. She worked multiple jobs, saved every penny, and invested in her education. Her journey was not easy, but her motivation never wavered. Today, Maria is a successful entrepreneur, running $1 million business. Her story is not just about financial success, but about the power of motivation to rise above circumstances and create your own destiny. So you see, motivation is not just a buzzword. It's a force that can propel you from ordinary to extraordinary. Whether it's in the realm of sports, business, or any other field, motivation can push you to achieve feats beyond your perceived limits. These stories prove that with motivation, you can overcome any obstacle on your path to success. But what exactly happens inside our brains when we are motivated? You might think it's all about willpower or determination, but the science behind motivation is far more complex and fascinating. At the core of our motivation lies a tiny but mighty neurotransmitter: dopamine. It's often referred to as the feel-good hormone because it's associated with the pleasure system of the brain. When we achieve a goal or accomplish a task, our brain releases dopamine, giving us a sense of satisfaction and pleasure. This is the reward that our brain seeks, and it's this reward that fuels our motivation. But it's not just about feeling good. Dopamine also plays a critical role in decision-making and behavior. It pushes us to take action towards goals, desires, and needs, and gives a surge of reinforcing pleasure when achieving them. Think about the last time you worked hard to achieve a goal, whether it was finishing a marathon or completing a challenging project. That rush of satisfaction you felt? That was dopamine at work. Interestingly, the anticipation of a reward can often be more motivating than the reward itself. This is because dopamine doesn't just respond to rewards, it also responds to the anticipation of rewards. So when we anticipate a positive outcome, our brain releases dopamine, spurring us on to pursue our goal. This is why setting achievable goals and visualizing success can be powerful tools for boosting motivation. So the science of motivation is deeply intertwined with the workings of our brain. It's not just about grit or resolve, it's about how our brain rewards us, how it propels us towards our goals, and how it shapes our behavior. It's about understanding that motivation is not a single entity, but a complex interplay of neurological factors. So motivation isn't just about willpower, it's a complex process involving different parts of our brains. Understanding this can help us harness the power of motivation more effectively, turning our dreams into achievable goals. Now that we understand how motivation works, how can we tap into this powerful force? Well, there are numerous strategies you can employ to strengthen and maintain your motivation. Let's dive in. Firstly, it's crucial to set clear and achievable goals. Ambiguity is the enemy of motivation. When your destination is unclear, it's easy to lose your way or give up entirely. So, make your goals specific. If you want to write a book, don't just say, "I want to write a book." Instead say, "I want to write a 200-page novel about the adventures of a time-traveling historian." See the difference? The latter is far more concrete, giving you a clear target to aim for. But remember, your goals should also be achievable. Setting unrealistic expectations can lead to disappointment and loss of motivation. Break your big goals down into manageable chunks and celebrate each milestone you reach. Next, the importance of maintaining a positive attitude cannot be overstated. It's all about perspective. There will be hurdles along the way, but instead of viewing them as insurmountable obstacles, see them as challenges to overcome. Optimism fosters resilience, a critical quality that keeps motivation alive, even in the face of adversity. Speaking of challenges, embrace them wholeheartedly. Challenges are not roadblocks, they are opportunities for growth. They push you out of your comfort zone and into the realm where real progress happens. Each challenge you face and overcome adds a new layer to your skills and confidence, further fueling your motivation. And let's not forget the power of celebrating small victories. It's easy to overlook the little wins when you're focused on a big goal. But these small victories are the stepping stones leading you to your ultimate objective. Celebrating them not only boosts your morale, but also creates a positive feedback loop. Each celebration triggers a release of dopamine, the feel-good neurotransmitter, which in turn boosts your motivation. Lastly, it's important to remember that motivation isn't always going to come naturally. There will be days when you don't feel motivated at all, and that's okay. What matters is that you don't let these temporary setbacks discourage you. Instead, use them as opportunities to reevaluate your strategies, adjust your plans, and come back stronger. In the grand scheme of things, motivation is a journey, not a destination. It's a dynamic process that requires constant nurturing and fine-tuning. So don't be disheartened if you encounter bumps along the way. Instead, view them as opportunities to learn, grow, and become a better version of yourself. Remember, motivation is like a muscle. The more you use it, the stronger it gets. So flex your motivational muscle and watch as the extraordinary becomes your new ordinary. So, are you ready to harness the power of motivation? We've journeyed together through the vast landscape of this powerful force, from understanding its immense potential to the science that underpins it. We've seen how motivation can transform an ordinary existence into an extraordinary life. How it's not just a fleeting feeling, but a robust tool that can propel you towards your goals. We've also delved into techniques that can help you tap into this power, from setting clear, achievable goals to cultivating positive habits and maintaining your focus. These are not just theoretical concepts, but practical tools you can start using today. And now, it's your turn. Start implementing these techniques today, and let the power of motivation guide you towards your goals. Don't forget to share your journey with us. Remember, the only limit is the one you set yourself. Harness motivation and watch as your life transforms.